As the Eastern Conference playoff race comes down to the wire, the Toronto Raptors got a massive win last night against the Boston Celtics due to a sensational 40-point performance from Pascal Siakam. So in today's video, we visit why the Raptors are unstoppable right now. Let's get into it. What's going on, everybody? It's Jacob here, back with Amateur Hour Sports for another Toronto Raptors YouTube video. We do at least 3 or 4 of these types of videos every single week. So if you want the greatest coverage and analysis on the latest Toronto Raptors news, then you need to be subscribed to Amateur Hour Sports, this channel, and you can help us on our road to 9,000 subscribers and get all of those great videos coming your way. But we are going to talk about the Raptors today and a lot about Pascal Siakam today. I've talked a lot about Pascal Siakam recently, but I really have no choice but to do that. He has just been on another plane of existence recently, and maybe most impressively was that 40-point performance last night against the Boston Celtics. 40 points, 13 rebounds, 17 for 29 shooting, and that included 2 clutch free throws late to send the game to OT. Wow, Siakam was just otherworldly last night. What a performance from Pascal Siakam. And this win was huge for the Raptors. Massive for the Raptors, vying to stay out of the play-in position where they would probably have to play the Brooklyn Nets in the first round. They have moved up to equal in record with the Chicago Bulls, and they are 1 game up on the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Chicago Bulls lost a very winnable game last night, probably their most winnable game for the rest of the season, and they have been struggling. A good opportunity for the Raptors to keep pushing, but it is just 1 game at a time. Now, analyzing what we played last night, we played the Boston Celtics. Now, I love beating the Boston Celtics because I hate the Boston Celtics. It wasn't, their strongest team. They had a lot of injuries, sadly. Jason Tatum was out. Jaylen Brown was out. Al Horford was out. And it looks like Robert Williams is going to be out for the rest of the season. Celtics were one of my favorites to win it all this season. Without Robert Williams, it's going to be a little bit more difficult, but the Raptors played against a lot of the bench unit for the Celtics. And Celtics fans, I'll be the first one to sign your petition to Adam Silver to replay the game at a later date when everyone is healthy. But unfortunately, injuries are just part of the game. It is what it is. The Raptors, they have to play whoever you throw at them. If the Celtics throw that team against them, then sadly, that is the team the Raptors have to play against, and the Raptors, all they can do is take care of business against that team, and they did it. They got the win. It is what it is. The Raptors made it pretty difficult for themselves, but Siakam had anything but difficulty in this game against the Celtics. So what we want to cover in this video, we want to talk about Pascal Siakam's recent run of games and a little bit on the landscape of the entire season, just how impressive he has been. Then we want to talk about what is going into these performances that is making him play so good, how it is affecting the Toronto Raptors, and finally, we're going to revisit the All-NBA case that Pascal Siakam 100% undoubtedly has. Not a case. This guy needs to be in the team. So the recent run of games for Pascal Siakam have been very, very impressive. Over the last 14 games in which the Raptors have won 9 of those games, Pascal Siakam has failed to score 20 points on only a single occasion. This stretch for the Raptors has been very good. In the last 11 games, they have also won 9 games. They started off this 14-game stretch with a rather unfortunate 3-game losing streak to the Pistons, the Orlando Magic, and the Cleveland Cavaliers. I just talk about it because Siakam was very, very good in those games. Didn't get a ton of help. It seems like sometimes it is a little bit of a theme for the Raptors, but recently they have been firing on all cylinders due to the elite level of play of Pascal Siakam. Just how good has he been over this 14-game stretch? Well, diving into the stats, he's averaging nearly 28 points per game, just under 8 rebounds, 4.7 assists on, get this, 54% shooting from the field and 46% shooting from 3. Oh my goodness. A few games ago, he had that 6 3-point made performance. Last night wasn't really firing from 3. He was 0 for 4 from 3, but still 17 for 29 from the field. Typically, what separates Siakam from that 20-point per game player to that 23, 24-point per game player in these stretches is his ability to knock down threes injuries yesterday, I mean, the Celtics with their depleted team had absolutely no answer for Pascal Siakam. Going into the game, I recognized that there wasn't a single matchup defensively that the Celtics could throw against Siakam, and he was going to eat all night, and he did just that. Grant Williams struggled to guard him. Tice struggled to guard him. Nesmith, anybody could not guard Pascal Siakam in this game. But I got to give credit to the Celtics. They made it a real game without 4 of their key players, and they are a very well-coached team. They are one of the best defensive units the NBA has ever seen since January started, and it is a damn shame Robert Williams is out, because that team is well coached offensively and defensively. But enough praise about the Celtics. Let's continue with our Pascal Siakam talks. This season, Siakam has clearly been putting together his best season in the NBA. 22.5 points per game on nearly 50% shooting from the field and 36.5% shooting from 3. That, along with a career high in rebounds and a career high in assists. He has just been so good this season. I don't even know where the Raptors would be without this elite level of play that Pascal Siakam has displaying. It's honestly shocking to see that the Raptors are vying for that 6th or 5th place position. It seemed like they were destined for a playing spot, but are continuing to shock not only opposition fans, but maybe even Raptors fans with how good they can be. So what is Siakam doing differently right now that is allowing him to play at such a high level? Well, I think for starters is the Raptors have clearly identified over the last few months that Pascal Siakam is that guy. When they need a bucket at any time, especially in the clutch, they give the ball to Pascal Siakam and let him do his thing, and it is working. Siakam has so many different ways to hurt opposition defenses. There's no longer any sort of debate about Pascal Siakam not having any bag, not being able to do it as the first option, because he's been doing it a lot lately. I think the big proof is going to come in the playoffs once we hopefully get to that point. But right now, what he is doing to hurt defenses is the way he can manipulate them with his ball handling, with his shooting, with his mid-range attempts, getting to the rim, his craftiness at the rim. He's doing a little bit better at drawing fouls. I really don't think he's getting his fair share of foul calls, but he's doing a little bit better in that endeavor. He's a 3-layer scorer right now, especially on the interior. There's so many ways he can get past you. The spin move is still one of the most difficult things to guard, and a lot of Celtics players had to learn that, unfortunately, last night at their expense. And even when the spin move isn't working, he's got the floater game down pat right now. He can still go around contact and finish with relative ease. And also, he spins off into a mid-range jumper, which is literally unguardable as he's backing you down. You're so worried about him getting to the rim. Spins off, fades away in mid-range. That shot is falling down very often. If he's open at the elbow, he's going to knock it down. And recently, he's been a lot better for the above the break threes, but he's also been very, very good as a corner 3 shooter this season. He's like the primary ball handler on a lot of occasions for the Raptors, dictating the offense with his playmaking, dictating the offense with his slashing, with his shooting. Like, he is literally the complete package on offense. There isn't any weakness to his game offensively right now. Like, literally not one criticism I have for his game. Like, he is doing absolutely everything on offense. On defense, he's rebounding exceptionally well. And I mean, he's moving off the ball really well. You can see he's completely healthy at the moment, staying with his checks in one-on-one situations. There has just been no weakness recently to Pascal Siakam's game. No real criticism to his game. Maybe the free throw percentages could be a little bit closer to 80, but I mean, that is pretty picky. Siakam has always been such a good slasher. He has always had that to his game, but adding in these other tools offensively has just opened up so much more for him, so much more that he can achieve, and that is why he is absolutely thriving right now. And for the Raptors, like I said, what sort of effect does this have on the team? Well, the clutch situations, which were a big problem last year for the Raptors, and admittedly for Pascal Siakam in general, have not really been that big of a problem this season. The Toronto Raptors have been able to thrive in a lot of these clutch situations. I said coming into the season, who was going to be the guy you could give the ball to in those clutch situations, who could just will the team to win, who could get them that victory. And in a lot of situations, it has been Pascal Siakam this season because, again, there are so many ways he can manipulate the offense and create his own shots, something that he maybe has been lacking over the last couple of seasons. That is 100% present at this point for Siakam and for the Raptors. And when Siakam is continuously giving you like 20 to 30, and in this case, 40 points, you can go off of that. Nobody else in the team really needs to have a sensational night. proven last night for the Raptors to get the win. Everybody just needs to do enough chipping in to supplement the insane amount of points that Pascal Siakam has been providing. And the crazy thing is, Celtics fans are getting so upset online that Raptors fans are happy Pascal Siakam dropped 40 points against the main Celtics, as they say. They didn't have so many other players available. And that's absolutely true. Would Siakam drop 40 against a full-strength Celtics team? Probably not. I mean, I don't think it's impossible to rule out, but probably not. But to drop 40 points in an NBA game, no matter who it's against NBA players, is an impressive feat. It is absolutely impressive to drop 40 points in an NBA game. I think in any game at any level, scoring 40 points is pretty impressive. So, we can take a little bit away from it because of the team they were playing against, but 40 points on 17 for 29 shooting. Guys, that is ridiculous. And Raptors fans are even more happy about this 40-point performance because Siakam has been beating up teams every single game. It doesn't really matter who the Raptors are playing against, really. They've been playing against some good teams. They played against Cleveland. They played against Phoenix in this run, the Nuggets in this run, but also teams like the Pistons, the Orlando Magic in this run. It doesn't really matter who they are playing against. Siakam is consistently and continuing to deliver the goods. That is why he needs to be in an all-NBA team. I said this in a recent video, but you cannot give me 5 forwards who are better than Pascal Siakam, let alone 6. And if he's in the top 6 forwards, he's going to be in an all-NBA team. You can give me LeBron, Giannis, Tatum, and KD as the 4 better forwards than Siakam. If you really want to go Jimmy Butler, you can, but that's only 5. And there's no way Jimmy Butler's been better than Siakam this season. Siakam has played more games and trumps him in most statistical categories. As far as DeRozan goes, yeah, he's going to be in an all-NBA team, but the NBA decided he was a guard for the All-Star game. Keep that same energy. He's a guard for the all-NBA teams as well. As the season continues to go, we're getting down to the nitty-gritty here. We're running out of game. Pascal Siakam, I expect, with some good rest coming up. We don't have a lot of back-to-backs. I don't think we have any back-to-backs. With this rest coming up, I continue to expect Pascal Siakam to absolutely thrive in these games and solidify his case for an all-NBA team. But more importantly, attempt to solidify a real playoff position for the Raptors in the top 6 of the NBA. We're ahead of Cleveland now. Chicago, we're tied for you. We are coming for that 5th seed. So what have you guys made of this sustained and incredible 14-game run by Pascal Siakam? Will he be able to sustain this for a possible playoff run for the Toronto Raptors? Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below, because that is it from me for today. Thank you so much for watching this video. Appreciate it a lot. Make sure if you did enjoy, you drop a like on the video to let me know that you enjoyed and you like seeing videos like this. It also helps reach some new viewers for the channel. And as always, if you want the greatest coverage and analysis on the latest Toronto Raptors news, you need to be subscribed to Amateur Hour Sports. Help me on my road to 9,000 subscribers on this channel. I promise you will not regret it. Check out our watch parties on Twitch for every single Raptors game at twitch.tv/amateursports, and I'll see you again next time for another video.